Point Sports and Entertainment. I want y'all to hit that like, sub to the channel if you're not a member. Hit the notifications too so that you're able to get all my content, all of my videos. Salute to the whole LDBC Lions Den, basketball, boxing community, and salute to all the people that rock with me. And like I said, if you don't, man, we still gonna roll right over you, man. The LDBC don't die, man. We fish fry around here. Now, I do got some breaking news. Now, this is according per TMZ, and AB, aka Antonio Brown, one of my personal favorites, but kind of infamous and some of the dumb shit he do. But Antonio Brown has been released on 25K bond. Okay, this is, as you know, comes from him being apprehended for the second degree attempted murder out in Florida, and of course he's gonna be awaiting trial. Salute to Cypress TV. I see you in here. Make sure you go sub to Cypress TV and hit that like button when you come on in here. Cypress, man, where you at? Man, where you at? Where you at? Make sure y'all go sub to the brother Cypress TV. Now, AB, man, what does this mean, man? He pleaded not guilty to all of the charges that are bestowed upon him. Now, does he got a good chance of beating this? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I truly don't know. We'll have to see. It depends on the evidence that's stacked up against him. Now, I will say this, man. Given AB's track record, it doesn't look so good for him. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he is innocent until proven guilty. So he's gonna have to go through this. And like I said, this ain't a situation where it's involving somebody, other parties where he's pointing a finger, that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Now I know a lot of y'all probably don't want to hear this. You know what I'm saying? You probably like, I don't want to hear about AB. But guess what? I'm gonna talk about it, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, AB has been one of my favorite players. You know what I'm saying? Even when he was doing the tacky shit that he did. Like I said, I didn't like the fact that he acted out. You know what I'm saying? Acting a hooligan. When his player days came to an end. I didn't like the fact that he was 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the NFL. Tom Brady had ultimately gave him a chance, and then he had screwed that up by coming in the household, and ended up sleeping with Tom Brady's wife. Now I know it takes two to tangle. His ex-wife was no better, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he didn't help the situation at all. And just, man, all of the stuff that AB did, whether it was holding out for money, with the Steelers, that was kind of understandable because he did deserve his money. Hey, go out and get your money. But the way that he went about it, man, could have went about it a better way. And it's just been downhill from there with AB. Like I said, from a talent perspective, AB is phenomenal. He's one of my favorite ever to watch and ever to do it. However, if we talk about character, if we talk about the way that you act, if we talk about the way that you carry yourself, AB, man, he's just horrible in the way that he does things. Now, also, it didn't help either, man. Him backtracking. You know what I'm saying? And look, I don't judge anybody on how they feel. As far as the political views. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't help that you're backtracking. 1 minute you're in support of Trump, then you come out and you denounce you're a supporter of Trump. You know what I'm saying? That really didn't even need to be said. You know what I'm saying? And that shows how delusional of a person you truly are. Now, do people denounce who they support and who they not in support of? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't make you look any better, especially considering the fact that you got all this other stuff going on in your personal life. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, AB, he's out on 25K bond. We'll see how the trial go. Does he got a good chance of beating it? Maybe so. You know what I'm saying? Money makes things shake sometimes, and they got to be able to, of course, prove this in the court of law. However, it's going to be interesting to see what else they're going to bring up. You know what I'm saying? What other situations they're going to bring up? How bad they're going to make AB look? And like I said, man, what has AB really been doing? You know what I'm saying? Actually, to say the least, I say over the last couple months, AB has been kind of quiet. You know what I'm saying? Now he'll come out, pop out here and there. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you haven't really heard anything from AB. You know what I'm saying? You'll hear the stuff, about the OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? And you'll hear him, pop out on social media every now and then and stuff like that. But for the most part, he really hasn't said anything. But this right here is a big situation. We are talking about, you know what I'm saying, a regular civilian. We are talking about somebody that did not play in the NFL, doesn't have any affiliation with the NFL, and on top of that, we talking about attempted murder. You know what I'm saying, which holds high penalty, especially in the state of Florida. And the state of Florida, if you notice history of the state of Florida, they don't really care for our kind too much, regardless of what's being put out in the media and everything. But like I said, man, Antonio Brown, he's out on bond. We kind of knew that he was gonna eventually get a bond. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I haven't heard Antonio Brown in terms of his money situation, it looking too bad or whatever. I haven't heard any of that. But obviously he had enough money to come up with the money to bond out and everything, in comparison to like guys like Damon Jones, that situation, putting his parents' house up that he had bought for them and stuff like that. I don't think his financial situation has gotten that bad. But like I said, Antonio Brown, man, come on, man. Like now, man, this is your opportunity to go ahead and get right. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, this isn't a situation right here where we could, really look at and be like, oh, you know what? He's just going to be, not guilty or anything like that. No, this has to be taken seriously. You know what I'm saying? And the person didn't die. The person didn't get killed or anything, but they still got bodily harm. You know what I'm saying? And they're pointing the finger at him. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta let that sink in. But we're not gonna stay on here too long. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure you share, subscribe, hit them notifications too. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Shouts out to the whole entire LDBC. I'm out.